ChatGPT said, "There's a special kind of calm that washes over a room when a minimalist floating wood bed takes center stage. A piece of furniture that doesn't just hold a mattress, but seems to almost hover, defying gravity with sleek simplicity and natural warmth. It's the perfect balance of form and function, where the raw beauty of wood meets clean lines and clever engineering, creating a centerpiece that feels both grounded and weightless at the same time." Imagine walking into your bedroom and being greeted by this serene sculpture, a platform of warm, glowing timber that seems to float just inches above the floor, edges crisp and smooth, inviting you to lie down and let the day melt away. Minimalism is about stripping away the unnecessary, and floating beds embody this philosophy fully. No bulky legs or visible supports clutter the design, just a sturdy frame crafted with precision joinery that hides all hardware underneath. The effect is a clean, uninterrupted plane of wood that emphasizes the natural grain and texture, letting the material speak for itself. Whether you choose light maple with its gentle cream tones or a deep walnut that glows like embers in low light, the wood's character becomes the star of the show. Construction of a floating wood bed requires careful planning and expert craftsmanship. The frame must be strong enough to support the weight of mattress and sleepers, but cleverly designed to conceal the supports recessed toward the center, creating the illusion of suspension. Typically, a hidden steel or solid wood base is fixed securely to the floor or wall, bearing the weight, while the wooden platform appears to hover just above. The edges of the bed are often chamfered or softly rounded, enhancing the sleek, modern feel and preventing any harsh lines that could disrupt the flow. One of the beauties of the floating design is how it opens up space visually. The shadow underneath adds a subtle depth to the room, making the floor appear to extend beneath the bed, contributing to an airy, uncluttered atmosphere. This visual levitation pairs perfectly with minimalist interiors, white walls, sparse decor, and thoughtful lighting, where every element is chosen to evoke peace and clarity. The floating bed becomes a kind of anchor, a quiet statement of calm amidst the noise. The surface of the wooden platform is where you really see the soul of the bed. Natural finishes are key. Oils and waxes that penetrate deeply into the wood preserve the grain's subtle variations and give the surface a tactile softness. You might run your hand along the platform and feel the slight undulations in the grain, the tiny knots that add character, and the smooth polish that invites touch. Some designs incorporate subtle inlays or joinery details, like exposed dovetails at the corners or live-edge slabs that retain the tree's original contours, adding warmth and uniqueness without cluttering the minimalist aesthetic. Storage integration is a popular feature in many floating bed designs. Drawers tucked flush beneath the platform maintain clean lines, while providing practical space for linens, clothes, or books. Some builders even craft recessed shelves at the headboard level, perfect for a few favorite novels or a sleek reading lamp. These additions preserve the bed's minimal silhouette while enhancing its usability, blending beauty with everyday needs. Lighting is another way floating beds elevate a room. LED strips concealed underneath the platform cast a gentle glow onto the floor, transforming the bed into a subtle beacon in the dark. This indirect light softens the space, adding ambience without harshness, and can be controlled via dimmer switches or smart home integration. The floating effect is amplified in this low light, making the bed seem to glide above a pool of soft illumination, a modern-day cloud of comfort. Choosing bedding for a minimalist floating wood bed tends to follow the same ethos. Simple, high-quality fabrics in muted tones, crisp white linens, soft gray cottons, or earthy beige linens complement the natural wood without competing for attention. Textures matter, a lightly woven throw, a chunky knit blanket, adding a tactile layer that invites rest without overwhelming the clean lines below. The minimalist floating wood bed works beautifully in a variety of settings. In a compact city apartment, its space-enhancing qualities make the room feel larger and more open, avoiding the bulky feel of traditional beds. In a spacious master suite, the bed can become a sculptural centerpiece, grounding lofty ceilings and expansive windows with its serene presence. Designers often pair these beds with low-profile nightstands or even floating shelves on the walls to maintain visual harmony. Customization options abound. Some designers offer live-edge platforms that preserve the tree's natural curves along the head or foot of the bed, adding organic irregularity to the minimalist structure. Others play with contrasting wood tones, perhaps a walnut platform framed by maple supports for subtle visual interest. Hardware, if visible, is kept matte black or brushed steel, blending seamlessly into the design language. Maintenance for these beds is straightforward but rewarding. Regular dusting keeps the surface pristine, while periodic applications of natural wood oil replenish moisture and enhance the grain's depth. Avoid harsh cleaners or abrasives that could strip the finish. Instead, a soft cloth and gentle attention preserve the bed's warmth and smoothness over years. The floating design also simplifies cleaning the floor beneath, a small but significant bonus for keeping living spaces tidy. The minimalist floating wood bed is more than just a place to sleep. It's a meditation in wood and space, a statement of modern living that values quality over quantity and calm over clutter. It invites rest not only of the body but also of the mind, offering a quiet retreat where every night's sleep feels like a pause in time. By blending the natural beauty of wood with sleek, weightless design, these beds transform bedrooms into sanctuaries, spaces where simplicity and elegance meet in perfect harmony. When you finally lie down on a minimalist floating wood bed, you experience more than comfort. You feel the deliberate craftsmanship beneath you, the quiet power of natural materials shaped with intention, and the peaceful illusion of floating above the world's noise. It's a subtle reminder that sometimes less truly is more, and that beauty often resides in the balance between what is seen and what is suggested. A minimalist floating wood bed is exactly what it sounds like. A solid slab of wood that looks like it's suspended in air. No visible legs. No chunky supports in the corners. Just a platform that hangs there, calm and unbothered, like it belongs in a space that values peace over noise, clarity over clutter. You walk into the room, and your brain takes a second to figure it out. The bed's there, sure, but how is it holding itself up? You kneel down and find a recessed base, maybe a central frame tucked far underneath. Sometimes even LED lights hidden along the bottom edge to exaggerate the lift. It doesn't actually float. It just knows how to fake it well. The beauty of this design is in what's missing. No headboard with carvings. No footboard with thick rails. No side panels adding bulk. It's all reduction, straight planks, tight angles, thin profiles. The wood does the talking, not the trim. Usually, it starts with a platform, solid hardwood, or a clean veneer over plywood if you're watching weight. Oak, walnut, birch, pick your tone. Pale for a Scandinavian feel, deep and rich for something more grounded. The platform extends out just enough from the mattress to make the bed feel bigger than it is, without ever feeling heavy. Then there's the support system. This is where the trick lies. Most floating beds use a hidden frame in the center, a simple box structure or T-shape underneath, inset far enough that the edges of the platform overhang cleanly. That's what gives it the illusion. All the support is in the shadow, not the spotlight. Some builders even bolt that base directly to the floor or wall to make the frame even more rigid and invisible. It's not hard to build, but it is unforgiving. If your angles are off, if your cuts aren't clean, the illusion breaks. You'll see uneven shadows, bad gaps, or worse, the platform starts to flex. Minimalism only works when it's built with precision. There's nothing to distract from your mistakes. The finish matters too. Most people go with oil or matte polyurethane, no gloss, no high shine. You want the wood to feel natural, like something shaped and softened, but not overly polished. A floating bed invites touch. It should feel like driftwood, not plastic. Lighting is optional but powerful. Add LED strips along the underside, hidden behind a lip, and the bed really floats. It glows softly at night, making the platform hover like a sculpture in a gallery. You can even tie it to motion sensors. Soft light when you step out of bed at 3 a.m. without waking the room. Minimalist floating beds live best in clean spaces. Bare walls, wide windows, maybe a plant in the corner, and a quiet print above the bed. They're not designed for cluttered rooms or heavy furniture. They want space to breathe. They turn the bed, usually the bulkiest piece in a room, into something light, quiet, intentional. And despite the look, these beds are built to last. The materials are solid, the support structure is tested. You can toss, turn, jump, drop luggage on them. They won't creak or sag. The illusion may be delicate, but the bones are strong. Some people take the idea even further. Floating nightstands attached to the bed frame. Under-bed drawers hidden in the central support. Built-in charging ports, seamless joinery, everything flush. But even then, the goal is still simplicity. No clutter, no visual noise. And maybe that's the real reason people fall in love with floating beds. They're quiet, not silent in a boring way, quiet in a confident way. They don't beg for attention. They just exist calmly. In a world full of too much, too fast, too loud, they offer one clear line, one lifted surface, one solid place to rest. So next time you think about building a bed, or replacing that noisy metal frame you've had since college, ask yourself, what would happen if it didn't touch the floor? What if it just floated?